Okay, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of On Point EDC. Today I have a really cool, different, and probably really short review for you. For what kind of I found to be the best kind of value bang per buck model you can find. Spinner. It's metal and it's on Amazon for like 20 bucks. So this thing is really cool. It's from a brand called Jinsey. And this won't be like a knife or watch review where we're going to go into a lot of specs. I mean, it kind of is what it is. I'll leave a link in the description there. But I just was really impressed with this thing. You know, of course, basically, when I started hearing more about spinners, I kind of want to check them out. My kids were into them. And as I was looking at some, you know, kind of some of the more expensive ones that some of the knife makers were putting out, I actually caught a couple of reviews people had left. And they had mentioned this particular brand and their spinners and kind of how impressed they were, what they were able to get for the money. And I'm sorry, this thing is dusty. I had my gloves on earlier doing a watch review, but I guess I didn't do a very good job of keeping these guys very clean there. But let's do this. Let's go ahead and zoom out. Do a quick wristwatch check here. I'll let that go. So as you can see on the wrist, I have the Jenault. They have the, ooh, I'm sorry. Let me dust this guy off too. The Jenault Ocean Rover. This is the particular one, is the date model. It's the prototype here with the C1 loom. I have it on the Erica's Originals Marine National Black Ops Edition, Marine National style strap. Really cool, very comfortable. I'll be doing a review of these here eventually. I've had the standard Marine National, you know, the green with the yellow stripe for a while. I've been actually waiting to do the full review until this Black Ops one was released, so I could just kind of have a little bit more contrast for the video. And as you can see, this thing is spinning like crazy. Now, the longest, my kids actually timed it, we got it going for over 7 minutes. I mean, this thing will just keep going. I mean, I could probably just sit here and talk about the watch, and that would just keep going, all right? It's just really impressive, and that's kind of, I guess, the main point of this one is that you don't have to spend a ton of money to get something that's gonna feel like quality in your hand. You can just find, there are good finds out there, and if you guys know of any, definitely post them in the comments, because I would love, you know, to find more that are metal, that feel good. This one came with a little, you know, pretty cool little carrying pouch with a little screwdriver, so if I ever want to work on the bearings or anything like that, it's there. So I mean, I thought that was a really nice little touch, and you know, all for 20 bucks, it has a neochrome little finish on there, so it just gives you a little bit more to look at visually. I mean, this thing is literally just gonna keep going if I don't stop it. But I will probably stop it to pick it up and kind of flick it around so you guys can kind of see how it is in hand, and I can talk to you a little bit about the experience in hand. So let's just go ahead and pick it up. So it's a little bit smaller than some of the ones you know, some of the more the plastic ones that you'll find out there. But basically, you know, if you hold it with these two fingers, and you can kind of, you can use one of these fingers, keep it going. And that's just gonna go forever. If you can hear it, let me get it closer to the mic. It's not perfectly silent, but the sound it makes is actually really kind of soothing. You know, or let's say you hold it with these fingers. Here, you can actually, it's more like a flick, because now you can build a little bit of tension there. Keep it going a little bit longer. Then when you turn it, you kind of do this here, you feel kind of the force, you know, that kind of kinetic energy, and you feel a little bit resistance, but it doesn't by any means feel rocky or anything like that, which is just a testament to the tolerances this thing is actually built to. So, I mean, this thing is really cool. I mean, this thing like literally will just keep going. I find myself even like, I'll be ironing my clothes on Sunday, you know, to do, you know, laundry day, iron my clothes. I'll just have this thing on the counter and I'll just like let it rip while I'm doing the laundry. And I've bought some like cheaper ones for the kids that are plastic that they can kind of just play with and whatever. But I mean, as far as spin time goes, they can't compete with this thing. This thing is nuts. It'll just keep going. This video would just be way too long and way too boring if I just let this keep rolling. So just gonna show you some different ways I can do it, and hopefully the light and the camera will help play with this a little bit and make it look kind of cool. So yeah, I mean, this thing is just a fun little guy, and for the money, you know, I'm somebody, I don't know a lot about spinners, but I do know a lot about quality, you know, quality timepieces, quality pocket knives and everything that I've reviewed. So you know, hopefully you guys kind of trust what I say when I tell you this thing is pretty nicely done. I'll just keep going. So, and then as you can see, the you know, there's not crazy amount of details, nothing funky on here. It's just going to be the single bearing. It doesn't have those outer bearings, so you can't really flick it you know, any other ways, like from here. If you had another bearing that was out there, you could do that or whatever. You can't do that with this one. But what you can do is just fidget the crap out of that, huh? And since it is, you know, rounded and soft, it can hit you, and it's not gonna hurt you. It's not, you know, some of those sharper ones, they could bite. This one is not gonna be one of those. It's soft. I shouldn't say soft. I mean, it's a piece of solid chunk of metal, but it's soft in that it's rounded off. It's not gonna grab at your skin or anything. Let me see if I can get the sound on the. If you guys can hear that. Not perfectly silent, but the kind of whizzing around sound it makes is actually pretty cool. So yeah, I'm not huge into spinners. This isn't something I'm gonna like go out and buy like 10 spinners like I do with watches or knives. I just wanted to kind of find something that was a quality one, and if I could find it, I wanted to definitely share it with you guys. And I think in this case, I found one that definitely is pretty cool. And let's just go ahead and get you guys transfixed on this thing while I zoom in. All right, get it centered there. So pretty cool. You know, you can see it's playing with the light there and everything. I think it's pretty nice. Let me know what you guys think. Definitely recommend, if you guys have any things that you guys have found out there that are a really good deal. You know, these have obviously caught on. So I mean, there were some really expensive ones when kind of during the inception of the whole spinner craze and just, you know, fidget toys in general. So, you know, I think it's pretty nice now that people have been able to kind of come up with more affordable options that are actually quality. It's not just some, you know, kind of 3D printed throwaway thing, or some weird, overly complicated steampunk version of a fidget spinner. This is just exactly, you know, what it's meant to do. It does it all. It spins smooth, and it's just kind of soothing. Soothing to look at, soothing to listen to. Kind of keeps you busy. It's in the background while you're doing other things. So I've actually enjoyed using this quite a bit, and I originally thought I would get it and then I'd just give it to my kids. But it actually is pretty cool and I like it, so I ended up buying them kind of you know, a lower end version that's plastic. But I gotta say, really impressed. I'll leave the info in the comments or the video description. Sorry, I'm just getting hypnotized by this thing. Losing my whole train of thought. So anyways, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of spinners and that whole thing, and kind of your experience with high, low, mid-range. You know, maybe some of you guys have spent hundreds of dollars on these things, and you know, maybe you guys have only spent 10-15 bucks at 7-Eleven on these. So definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Hit like if you liked the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe. You know, but the comments, they definitely do help a lot, because YouTube has changed a lot of the kind of the way they do business and as far as monetization goes. So the comments do really help kind of generate traffic. So please do leave a comment if you have the time. Also, check out my Instagram. You'll see stuff on there that you don't necessarily see on the channel. You'll kind of get a lead time on it. Basically, the stuff I'll get normally, it'll get to Instagram pretty quick. But then by the time I shoot the video, sometimes it can be weeks or months later. So if you kind of want to get ahead of the power curve there, definitely check out my Instagram. I'll also put that inside of the comments, or I'm sorry, inside of the video description as well. This thing is starting to slow down a little bit, but you know what? I can't just let this run. Otherwise, this thing will be like a 15, 16 minute long video. So I'm just going to cut it right there. Thanks, guys, for watching. And let me know what you thought of this ridiculously unorthodox review. Thanks, guys. Bye.